tired of to-do lists. Aren't you? Yeah. We all know it's important to make time to recharge, but modern life doesn't make it easy. After all, there's only 24 hours in a day. So instead of filling our days with endless jobs, what if we broke up our busy lives with moments of creativity? Let's challenge this worldview that we need to be productive all the time to achieve success. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and we've got less than 10 minutes together. Thankfully, I'm happy to call myself a Sketchnote artist. So what does that mean? I wrangle with words and pictures to visually communicate complex ideas in a single image. That's why I'm drawing this TEDx talk today. Are you ready to see some pictures?
Yeah!
If you've read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you'll know that 42 is the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. Coincidentally, it's also the answer to what percentage of the global workforce is reporting burnout. At school, we're told to study hard, to pass exams, to get into the next school. But it doesn't stop there. As well as studying, we're told to participate in after-school clubs and activities. We're told to take extra qualifications and extra short courses. And when we leave school and enter the workplace, we keep the same mentality. We believe that long hours will equate to success. So we cling to lists of stuff we have to do. We obsess over measuring performance. And when we're tired and running out of time, our screens are full of messages telling us how to squeeze every last drop of productivity from our days. Ultimately, we get stuck in this box of toxic productivity. So instead of success, this leads to frustration, fatigue, and in the long run, burnout. Who wants that? A number of years ago, I was in a situation where my well-being was compromised. I was in a job where my skills and contributions were undervalued, and as a result, I was paid an unfair wage. I needed to make a change. How can I make my boss see that I deserved a pay rise? I know. I'll work longer hours. I'll be the first to arrive and the last to leave. I'll say yes to everything and take on every responsibility. I did this for a year, and guess what happened? I built a good relationship with the cleaner at the edges of the day, but not my boss. My workload rocketed whilst my pay froze and my well-being dropped. Over time, I realized I didn't like the person I'd become. I was snapping at people for no good reason. My chest felt tight, and I dreaded that morning alarm clock. The siren that signaled another day of imprisonment in a cycle of overwork. One day, I had a panic attack at work. That night, I pulled into my driveway and sat in my car, crying. That's when it hit me. I needed to jump off that treadmill of overwork before I was dragged under. And I'm not the only one who's experienced this. Together, let's change this worldview that we need to be productive all the time to achieve success. Some of the oldest records we have are cave drawings. Even when our very survival depended on finding food and shelter, as humans, we still found time to express ourselves through art. Times may have changed, but the number of hours in the day haven't. I want to go back to our origins and explore the role art can play as respite from our busy, busy lives. Now I have a challenge for you. I want you to rethink your to-do lists and start drawing your path to success. Reaching for the panic button. If you're thinking, I can't draw, I'm not an artist, I'll let you into a secret. It wasn't until recently that I gave myself permission to say, I am an artist. I never felt I was good enough. It wasn't until I stopped focusing on perfection and started enjoying the act of creating that I realized art gave me my voice and my path to success. So instead of dismissing your own artistic abilities, I want you to focus on the process and not the outputs. Give your pencil permission to practice. In fact, that's the first thing I want you to do. Wiggle your pencil in the top left corner of your page, something like this. In the top right corner, I want you to draw the seal of approval. Hopefully, the page now looks a little less daunting. So when you're feeling overwhelmed with your to-do lists, give yourself permission to draw a discovery doodle, and I'll show you how. I want you to start by drawing what you're seeing, what you're thinking, and what you're feeling. Throw it away or frame it. Its only purpose is to reconnect you with your well-being. To fly high to success, you need sustainable well-being. Paper is light and pencils are low pressure. Remember this. Break up your busy lives with moments of creativity and draw a light-hearted life for yourself.